you will, one of, from among billions of karmic data, karmic seeds, will pop up a specific karmic seed. And that would trigger your next life. If it is a good karma, it would trigger a good life. It would give you a good existence. If it is a bad karma, it may give you you would be reborn in a place of misery. Now, every time you do something good, just remind yourself that the kind of resolution, panidhana that you have done. And when you think of that on daily basis, it becomes like a magnet. And that can impress, that can attract, that can grab a good karmic seed when all the karmic seeds are springing up from your subliminal consciousness, when you are about to breathe your last breath. And that can trigger, that can attract, that can magnet, that can absorb a good karmic seed, and that will trigger your next life, and that's going to be a very good heavenly kind of life. That's how bodhisattvas are never reborn in hell. Bodhisattvas are never reborn in hell. Why? They remember their resolution. Every time they do something, they think of their resolution, panidhana. Could be in your daily life you perform good things in order to earn merit, so that you can transmit merit towards your departed ones. Or you do that to celebrate, in order to celebrate your birthday or your wedding anniversary. Whatever the reason, and you do that, you make merits in your heart. Merit is hadayam punatiti punya. Spiritual joy in your heart is merit. And that's a joy, that's a good emotion. That's a spiritual emotion, and that keeps you motivated for many days. Right? And that's punya or merit. Whereas, right after that joy, recall your resolution that you aspire to be a bodhisattva, a Buddha one day, enlightened one day. At that point, what happens? And mind can register that. Your subliminal mind get two imprints. What are the two imprints? One, with regard to the merit that you have just done. Second, the resolution with regard to your awakening one day. And so every time you are at that point, what you do is you transform ordinary merits, ordinary karmic energy into paramita energy. You know paramitas. In Mahayana Buddhism you talk about 6 paramitas. In Theravada Buddhism 10 paramita. It is the same 6 that becomes 10 based on the tradition. So, and the paramita is your paramita. Where does paramita energy come from? It is the same energy of merit that you transform into paramita whenever you think of becoming awakened one day, like a bodhisattva and in the Buddha. And so that you transform your karma, good karma, merit into paramita energy right away. So that's why every time when you do something good and celebrate your wedding anniversary, celebrate your son's graduation or daughter's graduation, celebrate your own graduation, celebrate your partners, your lovers, your friends, your girlfriends, boyfriends, birthday whatsoever, and celebrate arrival of a new baby, newborn, and then birth, and so on and so forth. There could be whatever the reason. When you perform charity, you practice compassion and different kinds of activities, good things, and you are overjoyed, and it's joyful, and spiritual joy or merit or karma that you generate in your heart. And then also, secondarily, but more importantly, also remind yourself that you have made the kind of resolution, and a very specific resolution, a panidhana, a determination, that you shall one day become a bodhisattva and you become a Buddha one day, you become awakened one day. And then, so that would be your eternal happiness. And we remind that thing, and it would become part of your daily way of thinking. And then what happens is, definite, for sure, believe me. And then that would stand. Let's say now I will explain what happens. And then now you know what threshold scenario is. You know what karma is. You know what resolution is now. Right? Now I have given you a fair understanding of what all these three areas of Dharma are. And then this is another. During my novice training, right, as a very young novice, I became monk when I was 14. And then my teacher still called me rebellious. So I always wanted to go against the tradition, and I would ask very, very strange questions, right? And then one day it happened in my class, and then one of the teachers, Reverend teachers, were telling me a story. He was teaching us Rasavahini. Rasavahini is a collection of Pali Buddhist stories. It's written in Pali. So I translated. That's part of monastic training. So you translate the one chapter, oral translation, and then you study by heart and you orally translate. And then after that he would explain the etymology and then grammar and commentaries, all these things. The story was about a rooster and the roosters. One day, it was a full moon day, there was a rooster in a farmer's house, and then the farmer was, the next door neighbor was a Buddhist temple, right? And then the farmer's house was in the vicinity of the Buddhist temple. And it was a full moon day. There was the farmer used to he wants meat for his meal, and that day he was without meal. Why? It was a full moon day, and all the meat stalls were closed, and then so there was no way that he get some meat. And then there was the rooster was there. So and he really wanted to kill the rooster, and then he hit the rooster with an iron bar. So it was now dead, let's say, right? Now, when the chicken is dead, right, and that's it, that's something very unimportant in story. And sometimes the only thing you say was the poor chicken, right? The poor rooster got killed on the full moon day. What happened as it was getting killed, as the farmer delivered a heavy blow onto the chicken, on the rooster, and then there was the Dhamma Savana Kalo Ayam Badanta. When you do traditional sermons in Sri Lanka and Buddhist countries, Buddhist monks say it is now time to listen to the Dharma. May Devas and may all human beings may come and listen to the Dharma. And that's what Dhamma Savana Kalo Ayam Badanta means. And the chicken heard that, right? And then the story, to the end of the story, it says, chicken went to heaven, the rooster went to heaven, right? And then I happened to laugh, and then I think I agitated my teacher. Then he told later he told me it was kind of insulting. I was sarcastic, and then he told me, why you laugh? No, you know what? I'm so happy chicken went to heaven. And he called me. He called me sarcastic. And then actually, later I asked him, but for many years I never got a clear answer, because I really wanted to know, and it was haunting my mind. Why? But I didn't get a clear answer. I kept reading. I terrorized to read books, and I asked different teachers. I would ask, how could a chicken go to heaven? And it is okay that human beings could go to heaven, but how come a chicken go to heaven, a rooster go to heaven? And then And sometimes they will only just laugh it off and by saying, you know what, they